I'm Ben with the BTC Sessions, and this is your bullish bit brought to you by Coinmiles.io, the best place to earn Bitcoin rewards when you spend your filthy fiat online. If you're not using it, you are leaving sats on the table, shop online, or get gift cards for all your favorite vendors, including retail, travel, apparel, home supplies, groceries, and more. Hit the link below and earn 25,000 sats just for signing up.
Really difficult not to be bullish at the moment because if you've been around for a while in Bitcoin, I think that you can feel the tectonic plates shifting. Like these are massive moves that are happening recently. Many that were predicted by the Bitcoin maximalist for a long time. I think the shitcoiners seem totally taken off guard by Gary Gensler's aggressive enforcement, but that's something we've all been predicting for 8 years, 9 years. The only thing that was surprising about it was how long it took to enforce. But of course, they're always going to go after the bottlenecks, which are the exchanges, right? And then on the back of that, you have all these actions coming out that are basically shuffling cryptocurrency out of America, pushing it offshores, right? We can talk about that because I think that a lot of the DeFi crypto, low liquidity altcoin stuff is going to unfortunately go to emerging markets where it's going to totally wreck people. I think some of these shitcoiners are going to worm their way into the government organizations because the orange pilling of nation states is happening. And at the same time that Bitcoiners act like the Bene Gesserit and go do our fucking our work in the shadows, like the Bitcoiners have been at work here, right? It's like that kind of thing. The shitcoiners have also been at work, and there are going to be countries that go Bitcoin and there are going to be countries that go shitcoin, and it will define the next 100 years for them. And it's really, unfortunately, dependent for the people in those countries on the leadership of that country, which path they take. And you believe that regular people, individuals, have to shitcoin before they Bitcoin, which is kind of a truism. There are a few of us that escape that path, but most people do shitcoin before they Bitcoin. Well, then you also believe that, unfortunately, it applies to nation states. And so a lot of these emerging market countries are going to get totally wrecked by the people like, the IOTA Foundation or whatever. And it's going to be terrible to watch play out. So I think we're going to still have to do our work over there. But that said, it's moved offshores, and it's not going to be really a North American, European phenomenon for retail investors this next cycle. What is going to be the North American phenomenon is the financialization of Bitcoin. Listen, in the short to medium term, the ETF approvals, which won't just be BlackRock, it'll be BlackRock, Fidelity, GBTC, Valkyrie, everybody's getting approved if they get approved. I think that in the short to medium term, yeah, the truth is it pumps the fuck out of our bags. It's so wildly bullish short to medium term, like insanely bullish, basically takes this thing right up to 500K, which sounds amazing from where we sit today, but it's a double-edged sword. And the double-edged sword is we're going to have to move through this period of, I think, attempted co-option and control by TradFi, whether they can get their hands around Bitcoin and do all of the things they do to the precious metals markets, but with Bitcoin, right? And if you think of the way that Larry Fink was on CNBC talking about this, he talks about it, basically like store of value digital gold, that narrative, that is an attempted ghettoization of Bitcoin. It takes away a lot of Bitcoin's magical properties and it leaves it isolated as this one small thing that's only allowed to exist in this one small way. And so that is the big hurdle that Bitcoin has to overcome. Basically, like this giant cage is being thrown over Bitcoin. I think we know as Bitcoiners, it's only a matter of time before Bitcoin breaks free, but the attempted co-option could go on 10, 15, 20 years. And so in the short to medium term, wildly bullish, Bitcoin goes to 500K to 2 million, somewhere in there, like by the end of the decade. But long term, decade after that, are we going to escape from the cage? And that's something I think that we all need to be thinking about. So I'm wildly bullish, but I'm also being pragmatic. We're not going to get our utopia without really fighting for it.